idea, bruh. I'm finna figure out right now.
Good morning, I'm Henadova. We are coming on the air with breaking news this morning. President Donald Trump announcing that the U.S. has captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife overnight. The two have been flown out of the country, their whereabouts unknown at this hour. Officially, the Trump administration does not recognize Maduro as the Venezuelan president. Now, this capture coincided with U.S. military strikes in Venezuela's capital of Caracas. At least 7 explosions occurred. Now, this happened just after 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Witnesses say loud noises and airplanes could be heard in the skies above. Smoke, you see it on your screen. It was seen rising throughout the night from the hangar of a military base in southern Caracas. Another military installation in the capital is also without power this morning. The Venezuelan defense minister also claims civilian areas have been struck. That information has not been verified. Now, before his capture, Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro issued a statement issuing a national emergency, mobilizing the nation's defense forces. The Venezuelan government also issued a statement saying the attack is a, quote, extremely serious military aggression perpetrated by the current government of the United States of America, end quote. The FAA also taking action of its own, issuing an all-stop of commercial flights over Venezuela, citing the safety of ongoing military activity. You can clearly see from Flight Radar 24 that flights are steering clear of that country. President Trump is set to hold a press briefing later this morning from Mar-a-Lago. News Nation's Libby Dean is traveling with the president. She's joining us live from West Palm Beach, Florida. Libby, good morning. What are we hearing from the president?
Well, good morning. Nothing since that post, Hannah, but this is President Trump following through on what he has been really threatening for months now when it comes to Venezuela, conducting those strikes there on the ground and also capturing Maduro. Now, let's take a look at that post from President Trump just after 4 a.m. this morning. He wrote, "The United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow." Now, those details to follow are what we are expecting from President Trump later this morning at Mar-a-Lago when he holds that press conference. But it has been over 2 hours since that post, and other outlets were seeing reporting that it was the U.S. Army Delta Force who actually conducted the capture of Maduro after the CIA identified the Venezuelan president's location. Now, we also heard from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, following these strikes that we saw in Venezuela. The Secretary of State highlighting really what we've seen from the State Department over the last several months, designating Maduro, of course, the leader of that foreign terrorist organization. We also know that there is that $50 million bounty that was on Maduro's head for the last several months that was put in place by the State Department. And of course, this also comes after those operations, Operation Southern Spear, what we've seen play out in the Caribbean over the last several months. Those nearly 3 dozen strikes on alleged drug boats, killing over 100 alleged drug traffickers, and then also the largest armada in recent U.S. history that was built up off the coast of Venezuela, still sitting there today after we know that President Trump ordered these strikes in the late or early mornings, rather, from Mar-a-Lago. We'll be waiting for more details at that press conference, Hannah.
All right, Libby, I know you'll be at that press conference at 11 a.m. The president actually telling the New York Times a few moments ago this was a brilliant operation. Libby Dean, live in Florida for us. We'll check in with you later. Thank you.